Hello and thank you for joining me today. And today is the second make for Meg Journal's Catalyst and Curiosities project, which is a new project that Meg is doing now that she's no longer hosting Junk Journal July or January. And this is an ongoing fortnightly inspirational kind of release that she does as a newsletter that you can sign up for on her channel, which I will link in the description box and the title. And I am using this accordion journal that I made, and last time it was the cover, which was connection. So the prompt for this couple of weeks is, or the theme, is noticing, and the elements are mark making, negative space and hand lettering, and the kind of colour palette that she's suggesting are kind of pinks and greens that you would find kind of in flowers and that sort of thing. So you might be wondering what this is doing here. I'm doing some decluttering in my crafting stuff at the moment, and I came across this cute box that I bought when I was in Glastonbury once in Linda Ravenscroft's shop, and she does some amazing art, and it's all kind of fairy based and that sort of thing. And I bought this really cute tin box, and I thought it would be ideal to house my Catalyst and Curiosities stuff that I collect when the prompts come out. So yeah, she does lots of fairy based stuff, and also art, like, you know, when you see all these like sculptures made out of old bits of motorbike and stuff. She's got some of those things, and her shop is absolutely amazing. It's an old bank, and downstairs in the vault is where her workshop is. And I always joke to her husband that he's got a lock down there spewing out art while he gets to stay up above ground level. But yes, just thought I'd show you this box. So I've got some bits and pieces in here that I'm going to use. Now, I'm not going to use a lot of stuff today because the whole point of it is noticing, and kind of noticing the things that are just noticing kind of the stuff that's in front of you. So I've got some Posca paint pens, so I'm going to use that for my hand lettering and mark making, and I've got a kind of greeny one and a pink one that I will use. I've got these pictures of some flowers that I took off my flowers in my garden, and I thought I'll get the ones that are kind of the most pink ones. So there's some pretty ones down there. I think that's a petunia possibly, and something else. So I'm going to fussy cut these out, and then I'll use those. And then I've just got some paper that's kind of, I printed off what's on the back of the test paper, but I'm going to use this as a bit of kind of the negative space, and it's got a little bit of a tinge of kind of purpley colour, so it kind of fits in with the colour. So that's it really. So I'm going to find a nice page in my accordion art journal, and we will start making. So stay tuned. I'm looking for a page that's mainly plain, that I can really make the most of having nothing there already. And as I mentioned, the element for this week's make is are mark making, hand lettering and negative space. And to me, negative space is just that bit that doesn't require any emotion to look at. It's a resting place while you're pondering the interest on the page. So I felt this selection of page was ideal for what I wanted. I almost felt a little bit like I was phoning it in on this one, because it just came together so quickly. The most time-consuming element was the fussy cutting of the flowers out. But then I remembered that it's not all about complicated techniques and taking ages and ages just for the sake of it. I really like how this came out in the end, and simplicity is sometimes just the best outcome. The theme is noticing, and all you do when you look at this page is notice the main focal point. And the rest of it is just places for your eyes to have a little rest between the noticing. There's certainly a time and a place for intricate details and fancy techniques, but for me today, it just wasn't that time or place. Nature took its own time to create these beautiful flowers that I'm nurturing, and by me I mainly mean my husband, and that I'm able to take photos of to use in my art. And that's where the work came in. I absolutely love hanging out in my garden and watching everything bloom, noticing the changing of the colours as the flowers explode from their buds, and then as they mature and die off, they go from green buds to bright, vibrant colours, and then they start paling over the coming days and weeks, and then turn those shades of brown before being dead-headed, so that the energy from the plant can focus on creating new fresh flowers. In her newsletter, Meg talks about how much she loves to be in a garden centre, and I do too. I love wandering around and seeing all those exotic things which wouldn't survive in my garden just due to the conditions that they need. And then I have those aspirational thoughts about the sort of garden that we want in years in the future that would satisfy all of our horticultural desires. Having a kitchen garden over there and a little rockery over there and all sorts. But in the meantime, just being absolutely and utterly content with our small garden, which mainly consists of pots. It's got a raised bed at the back, which is in the shade under some trees, and it's a lovely sunny garden facing southeast, and everything thrives. The bees love it, and I love welcoming them in. So yeah, this piece was simple and it came together quickly, but the inspiration behind it has been years in the making. I used forest moss and worn lipstick, distress inks, just to give them a little bit of separation. And I just wrote the word noticing on that bit of paper, just so you can almost not notice it. It's just in the background. And then just did some doodles with my pink Posca paint pen. Try saying that 10 times fast. And I decided not to use any of the other colours of the paint pens in the end. I thought I'd just stick to these kind of simple colours here. And then just kind of get a little bit of a composition going, and couldn't resist getting a little bit of inking done in the background, just to give it a little bit of texture with the colours. But otherwise, yeah, just stuck it all down really. Loki's 2p worth in. So I hope you liked it, and please do give me a thumbs up if you did, and please drop me a comment and subscribe if you aren't already. Thank you so much to all my new subscribers, and if you have been here before and you've come back, then I really appreciate you coming back and seeing what else I've got to offer. I love having you all here, everyone leaving such lovely comments, and yeah, let me know what you think and if you're taking part. And if you want to see how I put this journal together, I made a couple of videos called, I think it's like Step by Step Accordion Art Journal. So take a look at those if you want to see how those got put together. And yeah, you can just sit and watch the rest of this page being built. my finished page. So super simple, didn't take very long at all, and that was probably because I was making the most of all that negative space and just really leaning into leaving it, having that one focal point, and that's what you notice. But also you're noticing all this negative space in the background. So I hope you enjoyed that. Please leave me a comment to let me know, and don't forget to go over and visit Meg's channel if you haven't already, to check out what this Catalyst and Curiosities business is all about, and also see who else is joining in. I'll be back again soon with something else, and in the meantime, have a fantastic rest of your day and week. Bye!